A cheerful narrator introduces herself and promises to explain what happened in the previous episode. Taejun gains a new status window ability, unlocking powerful skills to fight back. He uses his newfound strength to stand against those who tormented him. Taejun successfully takes revenge on his bullies. The narrator hints that Taejun might have pushed his power too far, and he collapses. Taejun lies unconscious, exhausted from overusing his abilities. Despite his state, the narrator urges him to head to the dungeon. Taejun has been unconscious for 3 days, and the narrator questions if he can overcome this challenge. Taejun is lying on his bed, suffering from intense pain after pushing himself too hard. He's frustrated and tells others to be quiet. The narrator is relieved Taejun is awake, but he explains he overused his mana, leading to his current state. Taejun admits he was reckless and got carried away with his newfound strength. He resolves to focus on improving his mana. The narrator acknowledges Taejun's rapid growth, but questions whether he truly needs to focus only on mana. Taejun clarifies that his extraordinary growth boosted all his stats except mana, which is now his priority. Taejun explains that his skills, like the fireball, consume a lot of mana, forcing him to prioritize increasing it to avoid future collapses. The narrator wonders if there's a specific way to raise just his mana more efficiently. Taejun notices that he has a set recovery time of 8 hours and 30 minutes before he's back to full strength. A massive tower designed for training and improving mana is shown. Taejun explains to the narrator that the Tower of Training is a well-known dungeon where beginners go to boost their mana. Despite being famous, the narrator notices the tower is oddly empty and questions why no one else is there. Taejun recalls the tower being popular a few years ago, but wonders if it's no longer in use. Taejun and the narrator spot an old man in the tower, surprising them. The old man tearfully mistakes Taejun for someone he refers to as Granny. Taejun and the narrator are bewildered by the old man's behavior, finding it strange. Taejun formally requests the old man for the Tower of Training quest, but the old man mishears it as fast food. Taejun clarifies he's talking about a quest, not fast food, but the old man misunderstands again. The old man finally understands Taejun is here for the tower's quest. The old man agrees to guide Taejun and the narrator through the Tower of Training. The narrator feels uneasy about the situation, but Taejun reassures her, saying he's prepared. The old man starts explaining the mechanics of the tower to Taejun and the narrator. The tower is divided into 10 stages, and clearing all of them will complete the quest. Taejun guesses the first task is to defeat 10 goblins, and he's correct. The old man acknowledges Taejun's guess with a cheerful response. Taejun impresses the narrator with his knowledge of the tower, claiming no one knows its strategies better than him. Taejun reveals he studied dungeon strategies on YouTube and memorized them, even though he couldn't go on real expeditions. Taejun confidently declares the beginner dungeon will be easy for him, earning admiration from the narrator. Taejun mutters to himself, and the old man overhears, prompting Taejun to play it off as a joke. They reach the first trial area, and the old man prepares to summon monsters. The old man struggles dramatically while summoning monsters for the trial. The old man nervously announces the arrival of the monsters, completing the summoning. Taejun and the narrator are fired up to face the challenge, confident that defeating 10 goblins will be easy. Movement in the bushes indicates something approaching, creating tension. Instead of goblins, large ogres and a few goblins emerge with a loud roar. Taejun, the narrator, and the old man face a massive crowd of ogres and goblins, far beyond what was expected. Taejun and the narrator are shocked at the situation, jokingly calling it bulking season. Taejun questions why the goblins appear to be oversized ogres, asking the old man for an explanation. The old man, lost in thought, mentions kimchi stew, completely ignoring the situation. Realizing the old man might be senile, Taejun is visibly annoyed and doubtful of the old man's capabilities. The ogres begin their attack with another fierce roar, escalating the tension. Taejun and the narrator panic as the monsters rush toward them, increasing tension. Taejun uses a powerful fire attack to hold back the ogres, showcasing his abilities. Taejun boldly challenges all the goblins and ogres, declaring he'll defeat them all. The fire attack devastates the monsters, burning them to ashes. Taejun surveys the burning battlefield, satisfied with his attack's impact. Taejun celebrates his success, but the narrator warns him there are still more monsters left. A massive ogre towers over Taejun, wielding a giant weapon, taking the battle to a new level. The giant ogre swings its weapon, landing a powerful blow on Taejun, catching him off guard. Taejun faces off against an ogre and prepares for a fight. The ogre attacks, and Taejun responds with determination, challenging its strength. Taejun skillfully dodges the ogre's powerful strike. Taejun spins, preparing a counterattack. He delivers a powerful blow to the ogre's head, drawing blood. The ogre roars in defeat as Taejun stands confidently. Notifications appear, confirming the completion of Stage 1 and increased experience. The old man, impressed by Taejun's swift completion of the first stage, acknowledges his achievement while flames blaze in the background. Taejun looks surprised but takes in the comment. The old man teases Taejun, suggesting the first stage was easy. Taejun nervously pretends it was harder than it seemed, masking his frustration. The old man casually suggests moving to the next stage, frustrating Taejun. Monsters appear, stronger and in overwhelming numbers, challenging his mental resilience. Taejun faces a giant beast, feeling the intense physical and mental pressure. Taejun realizes why no one dares to challenge this place anymore. He yells in frustration, calling the dungeon impossible to clear and referring to it as hell. Someone pleads for mercy, revealing Taejun's name as they face the tower. Taejun reaches the final stage, facing an ominous silhouette. The final boss is revealed, a massive hellhound Cerberus, ranked S and level 90. Taejun is horrified, sweat dripping as he reacts to the terrifying scene. Taejun realizes the final boss isn't a simple dog as expected, but an overwhelming threat. Taejun gives up, believing he can't defeat the boss, even with multiple lives. He's out of mana and struggles to find a way to continue. A hidden quest appears, tasking him with curing a senile NPC to restore order. Taejun reads the hidden quest details and begins thinking. He realizes the dungeon relies on the old man's unstable mana. The old man's loss of mana control causes the monsters to grow stronger. Taejun decides that if he can return the old man to normal, he can clear the dungeon. Taejun shares his plan with the spirit, but he's uncertain if it will work. Taejun gathers his resolve, deciding to give it a shot. He recalls that uncontrolled mana can drive powerful mages insane. Taejun notices the tangled strands of mana in the old man's mind. Taejun approaches the old man, ready to act. The spirit is shocked and asks Taejun what he's doing. Taejun channels his focus, preparing to fix the old man's mana. He starts calming the old man, who begins to relax. Taejun jokingly calls it nirvana, while continuing his task. Taejun redirects the scattered mana back into the old man's head, stabilizing him. Taejun checks on the old man, determined to fix the broken mana flows. A massive pink energy blast emerges, alarming the spirit. The pink energy intensifies, threatening Taejun and the old man. Taejun desperately shields the old man, bracing himself. The energy surges out of the tower, creating a massive explosion. The old man regains consciousness, apologizing for the trouble caused by his body. The old man transforms into a muscular and revitalized version of himself. Taejun is shocked, questioning the old man's new appearance. The old man expresses clarity and refreshment, thrilled to be himself again. The revitalized old man confidently stands, emitting a powerful aura. A view from above shows the final battle arena, with the red beast still present. The old man expresses his gratitude to Taejun, calling him his benefactor and offering to grant any request. This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.